as for last night, what a brutal Phillies game. Wow, Amy.
Wow, it was bad. That was bad. Listless is the only thing I could come away with. Listless.
Yeah, just an ugly final game of a series. I don't know what their record is in the third game of 3-game series, but feel fact, it doesn't feel great. I'm sure someone will dig that up for me.
Like Jordan Romano was featured prominently in those third games.
Well, that's also where we have to go. It was a mess for Marsh out in left field. I think ultimately he's a good left fielder that had a bad play last night. I'm not necessarily going to throw the entire world at him today. It was disappointing to watch that one for sure. Romano, though, brings up a piece of conversation that we can kind of kick around back and forth because there are two guys with the initials JR who were brought in here to be relievers over the offseason that both are on the fringes of this roster right now. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people, yesterday were like, yeah, Joe Ross won't be here. Maybe who's the first to go? I
mean, at this point, that's so funny you say that. When I saw what Romano imploded in, what did he get through? Did he get through? He didn't get through the inning, 2/3. Mm-hmm. I thought, can you keep this guy around? You can't. But is this a scenario where you feel like you have to because you've invested more in him? I don't know. I just don't know how in a game that wasn't out of hand that you could put him in again in any kind of medium leverage, low leverage, certainly nothing where you're trying to save the lead. How would you do that? The only game I could see him going into is if you were up 8-0. And then you're going to be only up 8-6.
Yeah. Oh, geez. You're having him give him 6 runs in an inning? I understand that.
No, he would have credit. He would leave the inning, but they would still be his guys.
Yeah, okay. So I understand the annoyance with him. And ultimately, I still think I come down on this where I was yesterday. As much as Romano stunk last night.
You're still going to go with Joe Ross?
I'm still going Ross. I just go Romano, I think it is a little bit of a toxic energy in me. That's I think that if it just clicks in there.
Stop it.
But it's not like I want him pitching the 7th, the 8th, anywhere close in high leverage at all. It's just more Ross feels like a dime dozen. I have Joe Ross at home with Max Lazar, and Max Lazar's a better version of what Joe Ross is.
I hear you.
I just feel like looking at both of the way their pitching profiles this season, whether it be velocity, whether it be the stuff like that. To me, Romano gives you more upside than Ross, so Ross is the first one to go. If they have to make 2 roster decisions over the next week, it could be both of them. And it'll lead to a conversation later this hour about Dave Dombrowski and one thing that I think could define his legacy here. I'm curious to get into that conversation coming up. So we're going to get to that as well as the Phillies just with an ugly mess last night. But I think we can all taken 4 of 6 from the teams you played over the last 2 series. The big picture.
Trying to look at the bigger picture. And then obviously you're going into, and they feel the pressure. You heard them after the game last night. They know they have to take care of complete business this 4-game set.
Right. Yeah, that's
nothing
pretty
less
much.
than 4.
Wow. Okay, so you need a sweep.
I do.
Okay.
After 8-0 and 6-1, I definitely need a sweep.
I'll take 3.
Okay.
I'll take 3. I'm not getting greedy here. Now, if they take the first 3 and they fail to sweep on Sunday, I reserve the right to be upset about the fact that they can't finish off a sweep. I do want to get into one thing Eagles related, just to open this one up. And obviously, we were on here a little bit later due to the Sirianni presser, so it's something we're going to fully tease out throughout this 10 o'clock hour. I saw something on ESPN. I believe it came out the other day, and they did the NFL future power rankings. So it's not necessarily about where the teams are at right now, but it's about how these teams project out over the next couple of years. And the Eagles, unsurprisingly, being the Super Bowl champions with a young roster, end up number 1. They are the number 1 team in this power ranking. And it got me thinking. In this city, we look back at the 07-11 Phillies as leaving something on the table.
Right.
As they won 1.
Should have had at least 2.
But there should have been 2 or 3 there. I feel as we get into the rest of this era with the Eagles, we've seen the Hurts-Sirianni regime go to a Super Bowl and lose, go to a Super Bowl and win, which that 07-11 Phillies got to World Series 1, got to World Series and lost. If the Eagles are not to win another one in this stretch.
Well, give me the stretch.
The Hurts-Sirianni regime. Okay. So give me the
next 5-6 years.
Right.
6 years.
As long as they build this thing out. As long as the 2 of them are together and
at least 6
leading the Eagles.
Okay.
I feel ungrateful as all hell saying this. But would you be disappointed if there was not another parade with these 2 in the city?
Yeah, of course I'm going to be disappointed, but I wouldn't look back on it. I think one of the reasons we look back on that 07-11 run is even more disappointing because it got it got worse every single year, right? You lost the World Series, you lost the NLCS, you lost the NLDS, and then it was like, oh. And then what was after that, 12, 13, 14, I mean, you're looking at 10 years, right, without any sniff of the postseason. So I think that if you have that same trajectory, if we're kind of really putting it out there, like for the next, let's say 7 years, if there's no other Super Bowl and then the wheels fall off after that and you don't make the playoffs for 10 years, yeah. But I mean, if there's a sustained success and you're not having one or the other, I think I won't be as disappointed, I should say.
Be disappointed.
I know.
I feel really greedy saying this. I live in a city. I grew up with the idea that was drilled into me. My dad always, we don't win Super Bowls here. That's not how this works.
Right.
I've gotten more Super Bowls in the first 25 years of my life than I ever could have imagined with 2. I'm coming off a Super Bowl victory. I feel ungrateful saying it, but I look at this future power rankings. I'm right. There's nobody better positioned in the NFL for long-term success.
Right.
And if they didn't get another one, I'd be disappointed, and I sound ungrateful as hell doing that, but ultimately I'm curious if there's a shared sentiment when you look at just how young and how well set up they are, how well positioned they are. When we talk about what they could do this season, would you also feel that sense of disappointment? You could jump in on that 610-632-0975. Coming up on that idea, Howie Roseman was on the Phillies show. A nice little crossover right there. And Roseman shared a little anecdote about a time he was up at the podium with Ruben Amaro and how it related to an experience he had in Philadelphia following the first Super Bowl win and how people soured on him within the years following. And I think it leads to this conversation. For the people that say, oh, you should just be grateful they got one. Don't be disappointed. Many of you were disappointed after just getting one. We'll get to that coming up. She's Amy Fidel. I'm Ray Dunn here on the Midday Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Thanks for watching. I love these outro videos because I can actually talk with my hands and it looks normal here. So subscribe right here and watch some more videos for us. How about it?